Yo, if you drink all night and then go to work the next morning like nothing happened, you're just built different, bro.
Thank you for finally saying it. That's what we've been trying to tell you for weeks now. Built different, because the sensitivity give a damn button that this generation has, we didn't come standard equipped with. You can drink all night and then go to work the next morning. No, we didn't have a choice. Gen X and the Zennials were not a basement dwelling generation, right? Once you hit a certain age, you moved out because living with your parents wasn't cool. The only person we knew who still lived with their mama was Norman Bates, and we all saw how that turned out. So the idea that the night before was way too much, well, it's a little ridiculous, because you're going to pull yourself through it and get to work. Sure, we look like ass, smelt like beer, and we're hung over, but bills don't pay themselves. I don't think you really understand the competitive level of debauchery that these generations had. If alcohol consumption was an Olympic sport, you would be talking about Gen X as if they were Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson. There was nothing else to do, right? No internet, no video games. Some of the best times that you'll never remember were in a field. And since we were all budgeting and working and we only had a little bit of money for the libations, we would all rally together and just throw in what we could and stand around like Mad Max, Lord of the Flies around a trash can and just pour everything in. There was no return policy, so once you had your 55-gallon drum of liquid napalm, you just drank it. Did it taste good? No. Did it get the job done? Yes. As a father, I don't condone it, nor do I suggest it, but yes, we all built one hell of a tolerance up. And the truth of the matter is, even if we did overindulge, we knew what our check looked like if we were missing one day of work. Oh man, I'm so hungover, but my parents will not let me move back in. I guess I'll go be hungover at work. If they came from a middle-class, blue-collar family and they were Gen X, they did not have mommy and daddy's money. They had mommy and daddy's work ethic. As in, if you didn't go to work, there would be no money. And if you try to come back here, it's going to cost you money. While you're out there getting white girl wasted on White Claws talking about, I can't come into work today, remember, the manager that you can't stand used to play quarters.
Today we're trying Everclear, taking a shot with no reaction. That's the goal.
Take a shot at Everclear with no reaction. I got $100 on Everclear for the win. Hell, I'll bet the whole farm on Everclear for the win. The thing, younger generation, we're just not built the same. I know you guys all want to drink the Gen X Kool-Aid, but our Kool-Aid was made with hose water. We are not the same. It's the thing with Gen X. When we were kids, it wasn't about drinking to remember or drinking to forget. We will barely remember half the things we'll never forget because we drank. This stuff right there is like an alien abduction story. You wake up in the middle of a field, nobody's going to believe your story, so you just don't tell it. Truthfully, y'all were better off with Tide Pods, because this here will exorcise the demons inside your body you did not know you had. I'm still not 100% sure what the appendix does, but you'll feel it working if you start drinking that stuff. This is the White Claw and hard seltzer generation. You hadn't dealt with enough drama in your life to need to know what that tastes like. That stuff will have you laying face down in a field after running from Kiefer Sutherland because you thought he was going to turn you into a vampire. We grew up in Gen X in a generation that was completely different. Feral, fabulous, and free, like Lord of the Flies children. Y'all hadn't dealt with enough to have the Frank Gallagher special over there. First time I drank it, I blew fire like Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. That is the I don't remember how I got home, whose clothes are these, and my puke is now flammable drink. Gen X truly is the last of the FAFO generation. We did all the FAFO. We figured it out. Y'all are out here trying to do the FA, but you're not ready for the FO. By the way, Gen X stickers up here, down here. Keep listening, y'all might learn you something.
Apparently this was the cool drink in college, so we're gonna be trying this today.
Oh, no, ma'am. First of all, Gen Z, y'all might want to stick with the White Claw, because there's no participation trophies or safe spaces with the Mad Dog 2020. It is like the Waffle House of liquors. Everybody wants to be Gen X until it's time to do Gen X stuff. It takes 13 years of neglect to stomach that hose water. You will definitely have some of the best times you'll never remember and some of the most horrible throwing up you'll never forget drinking that magical poverty polyjuice potion. Drinking Mad Dog is like an alien abduction story. You're going to wake up in a field somewhere, half-dressed, asking yourself questions that you really don't want the answers to. And the more vivid those fever dream, Mad Dog-induced Mandela effect core memories start coming back to you, the more you're going to question, do you really, really want the answers? It'll have you waking up in a van with a black light and a velvet Led Zeppelin poster, puking into that 2-liter jug of purple passion. Until you have laid in a field dry heaving, holding on to blades of grass because you are legitimately afraid that you might fall off the earth because that's how dizzy you are, Mad Dog may not be your starting point. A lot of people ask, why is Gen X the FAFO society? It's because we FA'd and we FO'd. Our souls and our give a damn are still lost out in the woods somewhere of Appalachia, hanging out with the Wendigos. Because the throat punch throw up that happens with Mad Dog will have you exorcising demons deep inside of your body. We didn't drink Mad Dog because it was cool. We drank Mad Dog because it was cheap. It's a different kind of generation. We were feral and free, Lord of the Flies children. When we tell you we were outside, we were outside. Really was a different time. Sammy Davis Jr. had to come on nightly on TV at 10 o'clock and remind our parents that they even had children. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? That was a friendly reminder. It did not mean that our parents were even concerned with where we were. Next, think of it like farmers insurance. They know a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two. The problem with Mad Dog is that it has pickled their livers and now they can't remember a thing or two. A lot of people name their children after important events in their life or people that were important in their life. And if that's the case, there should be a generation of children that were all named Orange Jubilee or Blue Raz. And you had the nerve to say college at the beginning of the video. Most of us were doing grown-up things when we were like 13. And truth be told, Mad Dog was not even the star of the show. It was the chaser for the 55-gallon trash can punch. Gen Z, I'm sorry that you don't understand it. The things that you say are traumatic was just fun for us. It's the generation that wants to go no contact. We were the generation of negligence, and most of us are pretty proud of our upbringing. Elder millennials and Gen X, we're not perfect, but we learned at a very early age the world did not come with a warning label. You're going to have to rub some dirt on it and walk it off every now and then. Until you've been somebody's DD with a learning permit, maybe you stay away from MD 2020. By the way, merch link in bio. Y'all check them out up here or down here. Have a great one.
The top 10 adult beverages that only Gen X drank. Number 10, Purple Passion. Number 9, Zima. Number 8, and my personal favorite on this list, Jägermeister. Number 7, I think this was more of a boomers thing, but I'm sure you stole some from your parents. Bartles and James. Number 6, Ice Beer. Bud Ice, Ice House. If you don't remember Bull Ice, you're one of the lucky ones. Number 5, because we know Gen X likes their cinnamon, Goldschlager and Aftershock. Number 4, and we are not talking about the band here, we've got Everclear. Maybe we just need to have a moment of silence for that one. Number 3, got Colt 45, Old E800, and St. Ides. Good old 40-ounce malt liquor. Number 2, don't worry, we are getting to number 1. And you know what it is. Strawberry Hill Boons. Before we get to number 1, we do have a bonus. Personally, I've never drank it. It was in so many songs. We've got Alizé. And the number 1 adult beverage, and I'm going to assume all of Gen X drank, is Mad Dog 2020. You got the spin so bad, laying face down on the earth in some random field, holding on for dear life. But let's be honest, how many of those did you drink? And did we leave any important ones off the list?
Yo, if you drink all night and then go to work the next morning like nothing happened, you're just built different, bro.
You're 100% right, my young friend. Our insides have been sanitized by the wonderful polyjuice potion that is Mad Dog 2020 and Goldschlager. There's a certain generation out there, you know the one I'm talking about, that are proud owners of 0 participation trophies. The competitive nature of their debauchery truly is legendary. Gen X really are Uncle Sam's middle child. Walking, talking, unfiltered, unadulterated resurrection of if Dilly Gaff and Fubar had a little love child. When it comes to drinking, Gen X sets the bar. Gen X truly is the OG, hey y'all watch this and hold my beer generation. I realized at a very young and early age that going to work hungover means that you would be sober by the time you got off of work, and then you could just start all over. Look, I throw no shade, my friend, you might be built the same, but it's the calling out of work part about your initial statement that makes all of us scratch our head, because that was not an option for Gen X. Gen X was not the cavernous basement dwellers that we see today. See, we all wanted to move out of mom and dad's house. The only people we knew that still lived with their mama, well, that was Norman Bates, and we all know how that turned out for him.
Alrighty.
This younger generation that seems to have the most problems with the elder generation, for as much as you say you don't want to be a part of it, you definitely seem to want to drink our Kool-Aid. The only difference is, our Kool-Aid was made with hose water and, well, that stuff. Everclear was the nuclear option baseline of our childhood debauchery. Believe me, we all understood that it tasted bad, but we also knew that its price range and efficiency was going to be more than enough to get the job done. Not to mention, you're doing it all wrong. Nobody takes a straight shot to the face of Everclear. You were completely making it wrong to begin with. You need a trash can and like 13 years of neglect to be able to even enjoy Everclear. Fruit, Skittles, Hawaiian Punch, Surge, whatever you can mix into this wonderful fruitcake of craziness. You were drinking Everclear with your friends. It was like the Easy Bake Oven Blackout Edition. The nights of drinking Everclear is kind of like a Bigfoot story, right? Nobody's going to believe what happened. Gonna break Gen X and millennial code. Here's the thing. We did all the stupid stuff you guys did too. However, there was no video evidence. If there is video evidence, it's on a black VHS tape hidden in your grandma's house. And we all know about the mysterious black tape without a label. It could be your birthday, it could be your conception. Viewer discretion is highly advised.